Howdy. Welcome back to Dion Talk. Thank you for joining me on this random Saturday live stream. Where I want to talk about what do you get for your friend who's an investor who has everything. The first thing I want to talk about, which I will pin a comment down below in Futureland, is buy them a subscription for 1 year to WiseFi. WiseFi lets you track your income, lets you figure out this thing that I really want you to start tracking called disposable income. With Mint going away and people looking for something to replace it, and remember, your friend is going to get what they pay for it, and people, when they get something for free as a gift, might actually put more energy into it than they would otherwise. But what do you get for your friend? So what I have today is Mike and I were supposed to do a live at 1 o'clock. So that will be here on YouTube on Millennial Mike's channel.
Yep.
After this live stream, I will put a link to that video in the comments below, where we're going to talk about at least 5. He's got 5. I'll point out some about him too.
Yep.
5 toxic traits that probably make you a better investor. We'll see. Pro and con list. I brought Mike a present. For your investor friends, I do recommend getting them a subscription to WiseFi. But for my friend Mike, since he has a portfolio currently of 15 rental units, very close in size to my portfolio as far as number count goes, I brought Mike a present, which I'm going to share with him here, and he's going to open on camera. I'm sure he can guess what it is now that he's held it in his hands.
Maybe. I think I know what it is.
You think you know what it is?
I know what it is.
All right. So this is something that it's covered in glitter too, so hopefully...
The trouble that I'm going to get in, the amount of times in my life that I've been asked, why is there a bunch of glitter over here on you in your room on the bed? I swear, sweetie, this is a present Dion gave me.
Right. That might make it worse.
Come on.
So if you have a friend with a rental portfolio, this is actually something you might consider giving them. So go ahead and...
Are we ready?
Shred it open.
All right.
Yeah.
It says, the King of Gary from Space Monkey.
There you go.
That would be
King
Dion.
of Gary.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. All of a sudden, my door gets a knock, and my son's downstairs playing video games. He goes, "It's Dion with a present." Okay.
I had to explain to your son, he's getting a Christmas present too. This is in between your birthday and present, so this kind of counts for both.
All right.
I'm not sure you can open that.
I'm not a woman, so I don't know how to wrap things very well. We're just gonna make it work. Okay.
There you go.
Times I'm tearing something.
I will actually pin a comment below with a link to this too, if you have an investor friend who might want something like this.
Oh, it's exactly what I thought it was. Oh.
So if you notice, I have a video coming out soon on how I organize my real estate portfolio using this leather binder. But mine, because genetics matter, and it's like our height, is about half the size of this, because my plan is to watch Mike grow his portfolio to multiples the size of mine. So he's going to need more pages, larger pages. The idea being each one of your rentals gets somewhere between 5 and 10 pages in this book. You draw a diagram showing out clearly delineated yards where it's broken up for tenants. You can put in your mortgage information, your insurance information, when repairs were done, when the appliances were installed, current lease information, tenant contact info, so that if you're not ever available to get to a computer and go to your spreadsheet where the information is. The other thing that this serves as, for me, was a purpose of, if each property gets 10 pages, that's a lot of 10 pages you need to work on filling.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, this is pretty cool, honestly. So Dion has one of these, or one very similar to it. It's leather bound. I like that it's like, I don't know if you can see, it's old school parchment, and you can see how like faded it is. I mean, this looks like Raiders of the Lost Ark, the little book Indiana Jones has, or like a map from Pirates of the Caribbean or something. This is just super cool. And I've been meaning to actually make a physical hard copy of this for a while now. You know, the nature of my job, as much as we hate to think about the reality, but the reality is I could get zipped up at work one day, and it would be very good if this could easily be transferred to Dion, or honestly, Dion and the Lumberjack are the two people that I would pick if something happened to me, because I know they would take my portfolio, be a steward over it, and when my son's old enough, teach him how to do something with it, and I would never have to worry about them like stealing from you or anything like that, like most family members would. But you need something like this because the amount of knowledge that I keep in my head, Ty Lopez referenced knowledge, the amount of knowledge I have in my head about who my insurance is through and my mortgages, and they continually get purchased by new mortgage service providers, and there's so much of that going on. You need it in one spot so you can easily say, here's the keys to the castle if something happens to me. Thank you.
Well, there you go.
Thank
also
you.
recommend taking photos of the properties from the front with you
Okay.
standing in front of each one. Put one in on with each property so that you can physically associate it.
Right.
It's a lot easier for people to understand it if somebody else does need to look for it. And when you're traveling, you can actually call somebody and say, "I have an insurance claim on this property. Go get the book," and they'll know exactly where everything is at.
Go get the binder. It's written in some kind of Elvish. I can't make it out. There are few who can.
So this was just a nice short live to let you know of something that you can get for the investor who has everything, because I doubt the investor who has everything has a hand-tooled leather blank journal to put their entire portfolio in to track their progress.
Right.
Now, if you would like to see a minimum of 5 toxic traits that Mike has that might make him a better investor, might actually work against him, we're going to talk about that. We're going to jump over onto Mike's channel now, Millennial Mike here on YouTube. If you're watching in Futureland, it'll still be there. Until my next video, thanks for coming to my Dion Talk.